welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie Williams and welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for joining. So today I thought I would show you a few festive sides for your table. So let's get into the video. One of the first sides to do is a sweet braised cabbage. My children really love this. So first of all, I saute some onions. I normally use 1 large or 2 medium, and then add a sprinkle of sugar and also some cinnamon. Give it a good mix. The cabbage can be made ahead of time and stored in the fridge. Then I'm going to peel, core and chop 2 apples and add them to the pan. I've just used normal red apples and this will help to give some sweetness to the cabbage. Mix well to make sure that the apples get coated with the sugar and cinnamon. Now you can add balsamic vinegar to this, but I've decided to add some juice from an orange. All that's left to do is to add your cabbage, make sure it's shredded, and then it will cook down. And then you're going to add some water. Then all you need to do is just cover it and leave it to cook for about an hour on low heat. After about 40 minutes, I give it a taste test and add a little more cinnamon, and this will turn out soft and slightly sweet. Onto my second side, which actually doubled up as 2 dishes. One was a nut roast and the other was some stuffing with slight changes. For the stuffing, I added cranberries, sage, rosemary, onions, chestnuts, mixed spice, mixed herbs, some breadcrumbs. To follow the nut roast recipe, I've put a link just here. So I also added some Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, cashews and almond nuts. I added those to a food processor, gave it a bit of a blitz, and then added them to a bowl which had the breadcrumbs and the chestnuts in. Then added some mixed spice, herbs. I also added a little bit of oats, but you do not have to do that if you don't want to. And then I added 1 grated apple, mixed well, and then added some melted butter. And then for the nut roast, it was just slightly different. The nut roast had more seasonings and I also added cooked lentils to it. So for the nut roast, I just packed it into a loaf tin and then put that in the oven for about 40 minutes. And then I just made my stuffing balls and they were ready to go into the oven for about 20 minutes. I will put the recipe for the stuffing in the description below. My third dish was meatless sausages in blankets. So lightly fry some thinly sliced parsnips, just enough for them to turn soft. Once they are cooled down, wind them around the sausage. You can use any type of cocktail sausages, and my kids actually did these because they're quite tricky, so it's better if you've got smaller hands. Using a fork to help wind them round helped, and they kind of stay in place, so you don't need to use cocktail sticks. Then add some oil to a pan. I used olive oil, and then you need to add either honey or maple syrup with a sprinkle of mixed spice and then fry on each side, and these were definitely a big hit with my children and they tasted really delicious. My next side is a very English one, cauliflower cheese. So I blanched some florets in boiling salted water, and then I drained and added them to an oven-proof dish. I used the leaves from the cauliflower and sautéed them with some onions and added it to the dish with some sweet corn. Here's an interesting fact. A recipe for cauliflower Parmesan cheese was first published in 1861. So I made a simple cheese sauce and added some mustard powder, gave it a good mix. I added some salt, a little bit of nutritional yeast, some nutmeg, and also added some double cream, and I also added some more plant-based milk just to thin it out just a little bit. Poured it over the cauliflower, sprinkled some cheese on top and put it in the oven for 45 minutes. Sorry guys, I accidentally deleted the video for that part. My final dish was stuffed Yorkshire pudding, and I'm using the recipe for ackee and hearts and palm without the ackee. I've put the recipe in the link above, and these were really tasty. To add a bit of a kick to it, add a little cayenne pepper. You just need to fill the Yorkshire puddings and put them in the oven for about 7 to 10 minutes. There you have it, some simple but tasty sides to make to go with your main meal. I hope that you enjoyed this video and let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.